Hello everyone, I'm Noxxis, and in this video we're going to list down all the most important stuff to think about prior to version 2.0. Inazuma is just a week away, and there's only a few days left to prepare for the anticipated voyage. Even though the special program was very generous in giving us some bits of information about the Nation of Eternity, I'm pretty sure that what we have all witnessed was just the tip of the iceberg. Whether you have stumbled upon leaked files or chose not to kill the suspense, all of us will still technically be vagabonds in strange islands when 2.0 comes out. Deciding to go in fully blind at the starting point of your Inazuma journey may indeed be an exciting idea, but you might find yourself in a bind if you haven't at least made some basic preparations. So I've compiled a list of things that you can still do as we count down the days leading to the big Inazuma update. First, stock up food. Food is your best friend, especially when exploring unknown territories. There is a huge possibility that the difficulty level for mobs and bosses in Inazuma may be more challenging than the first two regions, seeing that the AR requirement for every succeeding Archon quest keeps on increasing. MiHoYo may balance out our Inazuma exploration progress by introducing tougher and wilder enemies or deadlier terrains throughout the region, so having access to a ton of food supplies is always a good idea. Sure, there will be new recipes that we can find in Inazuma, but most of these might only be available for sale or for free at a later time. It's a perfect opportunity to convert all those steamy pigeon drumsticks and wild game meat into shimmering dishes. Most of these dishes I'll be recommending are quite cheap and easy to make. For adventurous dishes, great options for stamina percentage reduction include Sticky Honey Roast and Venti's specialty dish A Buoyant Breeze, or its basic version Barbatos Ratatouille. For flat stamina restoration, Pyongyang's specialty dish Cold Noodles with Mountain Delicacies, or its basic version, Noodles with Mountain Delicacies are also highly recommended. For recovery dishes, Razor's specialty dish Papi Po Hash Brown, or its basic version Mondstadt Hash Brown, and Ganyu's specialty dish Prosperous Peace, or its basic version Universal Peace, are probably the best ones for max HP percentage restoration with additional flat heal bonuses. For def boosting dishes, Eula's specialty dish Stormcrest Pie, or its basic version Moon Pie, are great since it boosts both shield strength and defense. Golden Crab, on the other hand, is purely flat defense boost with a bit of healing effectiveness. There's a lot of option for attack boosting dishes, but Jade Parcel is probably the most worthy dish, followed by Golden Fried Chicken and Chicken Tofu Pudding. For crit rate plus crit damage food, Diluc's specialty dish Once Upon a Time in Mondstadt, or its base dish Pile 'em Up, have the highest boost effectiveness. Second, upgrade hero talent and level. Level 70 to 80 might still be a safe zone for your heroes right now, but version 2.0 can be totally unforgiving for under-leveled units. A level 90 main DPS should be ideal, while level 80 should be the standard for support units. Small increase in a character's stats could spell either a win or loss in certain cases during your Inazuma explorations, especially when fighting inside domains and boss arenas. Talents should be upgraded as well, but since it requires a lot of resources aside from tons of moras, only focus on upgrading the most essential talents such as shields, disables, and the largest damage source. Third, farm ascension and talent materials beforehand. Now that we already know the 3 upcoming heroes to greet us in version 2.0, it would be a good idea to farm for their specific ascension and talent materials beforehand if you are planning to pull for them and integrate them to your team comp. But since we don't know the full list of materials that they would need, we have to stick to farming the more probable ones just to avoid wasting our resins. For instance, if you are pulling for Iyaka, just farm for Shivada gems right now. The same should apply for both Yoimiya and Sayu, who need Agnidos and Vayuda gems respectively, aside from the more obvious generic resources which are Moras and Hero Wits. The other materials that we can at least farm right now could be those from Azdaha for the talent upgrades, since the remainder of our growth materials might only be farmable in Inazuma domains, which will remain inaccessible for a couple of days. Fourth, build specific units. Judging from the livestream, most of the Inazuma bosses have cryo and pyro weaknesses, so it's fundamental to have these well-built units with such elemental types in your team comp. Dependable shielders are also a must, perhaps even more so than flat healers. Animo is also a good addition, especially those that have elemental absorption mechanics, so you can easily apply cryo or pyro AoE's roll damage to quickly strip away enemy shields. Bringing Electro or Hydro units isn't bad, but they'd probably slow down your pace because of the region's natural landscape. Fifth, manage your world difficulty. If you're currently struggling in world level 6, then I suggest holding off doing Ascension Quest 4 at this moment because there might not be enough time and opportunity to strengthen your team while exploring Inazuma at world level 7. 1 week might be too short for you to farm the much needed artifact sets, especially that 5-star rarity is still not a guaranteed drop in world level 7, aside from the fact that you'd still be learning how things work in the new region. That way, you can explore Inazuma with more ease and enjoyment and be able to unlock the new farmable areas such as the boss arenas and domains with little to no trouble. Only then should be the right time to ascend your world level. But if you have lots of fragile resins and primo gems to spend right now, you can flash farm for the remaining days within the existing domains until you can already feel confident with your team's combat power and survivability. In that scenario, it would be safe to do Ascension Quest 4 even if it's just days before the Inazuma arc. All adventurers XP obtained while your current AR XP bar is full will still accumulate and will be applied once you unlock the new world level, so you don't need to worry about wasting those adventurer rank XP while farming. Lastly, complete all outstanding quests. It is a given that you need to complete all the current Archon quests up to the most recent one, entitled Chapter 2 Prologue Autumn Wind Scarlet Leaves, before you can unlock the next questline that will lead you to Inazuma. There's still enough time to complete them all since the highest AR requirement is 36. All of these Archon quests also have huge Primo Gems and Adventure Rank XP as rewards, both of which you might be needing right now before we land in Inazuma. As for the World quests, there are also a dozen of them scattered around the 2 existing regions and other explorable areas, most of which also have nice rewards. Right now, the ones you should not miss are the 6 new world quests in the Golden Apple Archipelago, knowing that the whole island will disappear come version 2.0. Aside from that, it will simply be satisfying to know that you have ticked all of them from the list right before departing to a new region to begin a different kind of storyline. And I guess those are all the most pertinent things to do right now, just a week before the ship sails to Inazuma. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you find this guide extra helpful. I will try to make more content such as this one if this gathers enough interest. Thank you all for watching and see you on my next video.